First question, Mark Berman.
Hey, Steven, can you tell us who your starters are tonight?
Yeah, we're starting James with House, Tucker, Wood, and Nwaba.
Do you coach or handle your rotation? How different do you handle coaching and rotation with the numbers of players you have missing?
Quite a bit. I mean, obviously we're missing some key components to our rotation. So with only 9 guys and missing those other guys, it's going to be kind of a work in progress, and we're just going to kind of play it by ear and see how guys are feeling and work it out.
Jonathan Fagan.
Between the uncertainty and the lack of time together this week, what has it been like to prepare for this game?
It's been difficult. I mean, we didn't have a shoot around on the game day. What was that, Wednesday? And then we didn't play. Then we were supposed to have a practice that we didn't have. Then it was Christmas, and then we had a shoot around today. So the preparation on my end, as far as watching film and all that stuff, has been fine. But doing it with the group and getting us all on the same page has been a little bit of a challenge.
Have you ever experienced or heard about something like this?
So when it was maybe 2010, and we actually came here. I was working for Don Nelson in Golden State. We came here, and we had 6 healthy players with 2 on the bench, so we could actually play the game. But those 2 guys were injured. So we started the game with 6. Our starting center got hurt, so we had 5. And then the 5th guy, who was Devin George, actually fouled out of the game. So Nelly was going crazy, and we had to throw the guys out who were injured, have them do something in the game. So have them commit a foul, go out, next guy comes out, same thing, next guy comes out, same thing. So Devin George, who fouled out, could actually come back into the game. And we ended up winning the game. So hopefully something similar will happen tonight.
Thank you.
Christos Saltis.
Hello, Coach. Have a good season full of health. I would like to ask you, now you have 9 players available, and players like Gordon, Wall, and Cousins are out. So do you will change your game plan, and what do you expect to see from your players tonight?
I expect the guys to play hard. It's the first game of the season, regardless of how many players we have. It's an exciting day. It's an exciting night for all of us to start the season. So I expect the guys to go out there and give it their all and win the game. That's what we're here to do. We're here to win games, and regardless of who's out there, and we have enough to win. So we're going to go out there and put our best foot forward and do our best to win.
Adam Spolin.
Steven, how many minutes do you think James can play tonight? And when he goes out, who runs the offense?
That's a good question. James will play in the 30s for sure. I'll be talking to him constantly through the game, and we have to look at this long term, right? We can't forsake the future for this game and having him go out there and play 41, 42, 43 minutes. So we'll be conscious of it, but we're going to, try to win the game. When he isn't handling the ball, we have put together a committee of guys who will bring the ball up the floor, and you'll see who that will be.
Cody Davis.
Hey, Coach. Given so much that has happened since you took over as head coach, how much would a win tonight mean to you personally?
It would mean a lot. I mean, regardless of all the other stuff that's gone on in the last month or month and a half, any win would mean a lot to me. And it would be up to our guys to play hard and for me to put a plan together that they believe in and that they can execute so they can win the game. So let alone all that other stuff that's been kind of going on, we're, as my dad used to say, we're in the win business, and that's what I'm here to do.
Jonathan Fagan.
Did you get to know Casey Jones? And are there things that your father might have taken from having played for him that you now find yourself applying from, if there's a way for you to know how your father developed, that you now find yourself taking that might have gone all the way back to those years playing for Casey Jones?
Yeah, I mean, it's so sad that he passed away, and it's just another line of people who have passed away this year that's been really tough for all of us. And he was someone that I definitely looked up to, and the older I get, the more I see, you talk about those teams that he coached, the Bird, Parrish, McHale, Dennis Johnson, Danny Ainge teams, and he did it with such class, but he also had a hard edge to him, and he's sorely missed. My dad actually missed him when he was playing. He actually played for Tommy Heinsohn, who also passed away this year. So the Celtics have gotten hit pretty hard over the last year, but as a role model, especially an African-American, one of the first African-American coaches to do it, it's just, it's a hard one. It's a hard one for me.
Thank you.
Brian Bearfield.
Coach, has the league actually given you an actual date or time frame when the players who were with COVID tracing, when they'll actually be back?
Yeah, I believe they're going to be back on Wednesday. So we have the game Monday, then we'll have off Tuesday. We'll practice Wednesday, play Thursday. They should be there for practice, as far as I know.
Thank you.
Adam Spolin.
Coach, teams last year would double team James a lot, sometimes even before he crossed half court. Without John and without Eric, do you anticipate that could happen again tonight? And if so, how do you combat that?
Yeah, we're anticipating it for sure, and we through some scenarios this morning as far as when they double team, where they double team, and what our reactions should be. So we should be prepared for it.
Mark Berman.
Stephen, you've talked to the media a variety of times about getting a chance to coach your first regular season game, and as you know, obviously there's no playbook for what you guys are dealing with right now. So how have you personally and professionally dealt with all the challenges, whether it be the COVID, players not being here, suspensions, all that stuff? How have you dealt with all that?
Take it day by day. Rely on the people around me. Rely on Tillman. Rely on Rafael. Really kind of dive into the work part of it and the stuff that I can control. There's so much around that I really don't have any control over. So there is, I wouldn't say not worrying about it, but really just kind of diving into the things that I can control and making sure that I'm on top of those. And then the other things will work themselves out as we go along.
And last question, Brandon Scott.
Hey, Stephen, I wanted to ask you about Christian Wood. Just what have you seen from him in your time from him? What stood out to you? And what's sort of your expectation for him, especially with you guys being shorthanded to start the season?
Yeah, I mean, if everything I've seen so far has been really good. And he's very versatile. He can pop to three. He can bring the ball up the floor some. He can roll to the rim and rebound and block shots. I mean, he does a little bit of everything. It's going to be a matter of, there's a couple things, and I think this is for the whole group, not just Christian, but the fatigue factor coming off of our little break, so to speak, or the days that we've had since our last preseason game, our last practice actually. That'll be something that I'll have to keep an eye on, how fatigued the guys are, and making sure that, like I said earlier, I'm really looking at the long game instead of what would be absolute 100% best for tonight. But as far as Christian, he's going to do his thing tonight. I know he'll be excited just like everybody else will. It'll be first night jitters at some level, but once those kind of settle in, he's going to be a big part of what we do on both ends of the floor.
Thank you, Coach. We appreciate your time.
Yep.